I am Jorge Larcon, founder and CEO of Aktiun, creators of CharFactor. And in this video, I'll show you how CharFactor enables the visualization of streaming sources and the replay of historical sources straight from your data applications. For that, I'm going to open this streaming server events dashboard I created using a data set of server log events that I'm streaming into Elasticsearch using a Python script you can see running here. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard, and here you can see the CharFactor time slider, in our opinion the most advanced in the market, and I'll show you why. First, I'm going to select a time window, the last 15 minutes, using my preset option, and I'm going to click on the play button now, and I'm going to start receiving data, and you can see how the visualizations animate as soon as the dashboard receives the data. Okay, now what if that instead of the last 15 minutes I want to visualize the last 25 minutes? However, that preset option is not in the list. That's no problem, it's very easy. I just can edit this option to last 25 minutes and apply, and now all the visualizations are visualizing the last 25 minutes. Okay, and you can interact as the data is playing. So for example, I want to see only server events that have been tagged as security events, and you can see now all the visualizations have been updated. Now server log events are multiply tagged, so you can see that security events have been tagged also as success, warning, and error. I could say, oh, let me just visualize the errors. So now I'm going to have here in the visualizations several log events that are tagged as security and error, and the data keeps streaming and playing for the last 25 minutes time window. Okay, what if I want all this functionality? I want to visualize my streaming data straight from my custom web application. Now for that, we quickly created this data application, the streaming server logs data application, and you can see here the time slider. It's the same time slider that I use in CharFactor Studio. However, it has been themed to match the colors of my application, and you can see it here running and showing the last 15-minute time window. Okay, now what if I want to rewind and replay some historical data I just saw? Very easily, you can just drag the time window and it will keep playing. Now for the historical replay, you can see it advancing at 1 minute per step. You can see 1041, 1042, etc. You can configure how the data is replayed very easily through code, or users can also use this settings UI to configure it. So for example, here the replay step is 1, the unit is minute, and the refresh interval is 2 seconds. Now the pin left has been unchecked, left unchecked. That means that this is a rolling window. If I were to check it, I would have an incremental window. Okay, and here a live mode, of course, means that when the player reaches the live time, it will keep playing. And the autoplay means to start playing as soon as the component loads in the page. Okay, so now this is the rewinding. What if I want to zoom in to better see the time? Well, that's no problem. I can just zoom in, as you can see here, from hours into minutes, into seconds, into centiseconds. And as I zoom in, you can see the scroll bar changing its size to convey the virtual size of the time slider. And you can also see the zoom control. You can zoom in like this, or when you zoom in using the trackpad or mouse wheel, you can also see the zoom control following accordingly. All right, and of course you can interact with the visualizations as I just did in Studio. So for example, let me just visualize PNG downloads, and you can see here all visualizations updated immediately. Okay, so now what if I don't have streaming data? What if I have historical data I like to replay? Can I do that? The answer, of course, is yes. let me just go back to Studio, and I'm going to open a different dashboard. I'm going to open the ticket sales dashboard. This dashboard uses the ticket sample data set from Amazon, and it simulates an online store selling tickets from shows and concerts. So I can select here, for example, a time window, basically maybe 1 month like this, and I can drag my time window if I want to, or I can expand the time window using the handles. I can select a different time window. Maybe I want to zoom in here and select a different time window. I don't want to drag the handles. I can do that too, and all that very easily. And I can play the data now, replaying my historical data. But now you can see the data advancing at 1 day per step. You can see January 15, January 16, January 17. Again, you can configure these replay steps using code or using the player settings UI. You can see defined the play step as 1 and the unit day, and the refresh interval 2 seconds. You can see here the commission trend by event category of this online store. You can see the top 10 events and venues by revenue. And if you go down here in the Sankey diagram, you can see the flow of commission into venue states. So you can see venues in New York getting most of their commission from non-musical and musical theater, versus California venues get most of the commission from rock and pop music concerts, a little bit from musical theater and non-musical theater. In summary, CharFactor's powerful yet lightweight architecture enables you to visualize streaming sources and replay historical sources straight from your data applications without long implementation cycles, crazy hardware requirements, or cloud service charges. For more information on advanced data applications and CharFactor, visit us at aktiun.com/CharFactor.